What's the difference between producing for yourself and producing for a client?
I can stretch out. You know, this Heroes and Villains joint is instrumental. I don't rhyme. You know what I mean? I'm a black man in my late 20s, so of course I've tried because I grew up on this, you know what I mean? But I know my limit. The whole album is based off cartoons, you know what I mean? So people might already look at it and be like, oh, well, I don't know if that's a little funny, you know, it's not, I mean, this isn't street music. I mean, there's bangers on there because, you know, the beats are knocking, but this isn't about, you know, the struggle of whatever. It's just, you know, the bottom line is He-Man and it's Silas Greenback from Danger Mouse. And I chopped it together and they battle. That's the Heroes and Villains. Okay. So it ain't all that serious. But it gives me a chance I can, you know, flip beats in different ways. If you got an MC, there's only so many things you can do with, you know, with your tracks because the rhymes is still the focus. But if you have an instrumental album, you can do whatever. You know what I mean? I could drop the drums out for 6 minutes and it don't matter. I can just, you know, just do that. I can, you know, because it doesn't matter. That like that's the focus. So it gives me a little more creativity to open up. Also do different sounds and different effects that you just can't do with a vocal album.
The legend you are about to hear is true. Only the needle should be changed to protect the record.
Do you think it'll lend to getting a certain type of listener? Are you trying to get a certain type of listener?
Not even a certain type, you know. I think a certain type will probably gravitate towards it because, you know, the niche for instrumental hip hop is only so big as it is. You got folks who, you know, have like the landmark albums, and that obviously, you know, Jay Dillon, Donuts, and Madlib, you know, and the Beat Conductor series and all that, you know, and Pete Rock and all, you know, I mean, it's been out there for a long time, but it's not like you're gonna throw on, you know, your music video channel and have that on. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a more kind of underground indie fan that's gonna feel it. It's gonna be, you know, someone's gonna be a little bit more open or whatever. But I mean, anyone who's down to listen, you know, could just be a cartoon fan who's down to listen. I like Danger Mouse, so I want to check it out. All right, well that's cool too, because then you're gonna get something else out of it. It's whatever you can take out of it is all good with me.
I mean, besides you liking, I don't know, I'm assuming you like cartoons, or you like the cartoon. Was there another reason for you using Danger Mouse?
No, I mean, it was just kind of the idea. I knew I wanted to do something, and I wanted to have a little storyline. The whole Greenback character is something I kind of took as an alias.
Greenback. Greetings, world. With one movement of my finger, I can reach out and destroy it.
Willie Greenback, that's like a little different flip. And I introduced him as a character in the Dirty Jordans, but then I was like, well, let me expand on that. I want to do something with the storyline. Well, I got this character, so let's pick, you know, let's do that. But I figured, well, let's flip it. Doing Greenback versus Danger Mouse is the standard. You can go buy the movies, you know, you can go buy the DVD set and you can watch that. So let me flip it. What else could I do? But then it's like, all right, well, you got this character who's the villain, but who's the ultimate hero? You're talking about like cartoons, like He-Man is that dude. Yeah. He's the obvious, you know.
He is the man.
He's the man. I mean, you know what I mean? And he's like he's the standard that your cartoon hero do. So if I'm gonna do the cartoon flip, he's got to be the one. Okay. You know. But I set that up through the story. I've done a series of trailers to kind of set it up, you know, basically just took different cartoons, chopped them up, and then put my beats with it. All that's online. Kind of set up the story. Explained why he's not fighting Danger Mouse, and different sets, and then the last one come out on the day of release, last trailer, which will set up the whole thing, how He-Man got involved as well. I want to have a soundtrack to somebody. I want people to be able to say, I was at the crib and I was sitting there, and he was there, and she was there, and we had that on. And 20 years from now, when you hear that, you still think of that time.
When I first heard Criminal Minded.
You know what I mean? You know exactly what you were doing. I want to give somebody that type of